Hey guys, Kenny Wisdom here, and today we are going to go over the Oregon Regional Championship winning Virizion, Genesect, Ho-Oh, Terrakion, Bouffalant, Spookysect deck. Um, Travis Nunlist is the original deck designer. Um, we've been working on it for quite a while, but Travis is definitely the original innovator of the deck. As you can see, it focuses on the natural synergy between Virizion and Genesect. These two cards have been printed. Virizion makes it so that you're safe versus special abilities and can power up a Genesect, which then can use its red signal ability to act as a pseudo Pokemon catcher and also take advantage of the G Booster A spec, which, as you can see, does 200 damage and essentially knocks out anything. So these Pokemon have a natural combination. There's a lot of videos of them being played on our YouTube channel. There's a lot of information about it on the internet, but what really makes this deck different is the inclusion of Ho-Oh EX. Ho-Oh's ability Rebirth lets you, if you get a coin flip heads, and cross your fingers, you can put a Ho-Oh from your discard pile onto your bench with up to 3 basic energy attached to it. Now this is important because its attack Rainbow Burn does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each type of basic energy attached to Ho-Oh. So with the 4 energy that we play in the deck, if they're all attached to Ho, you can do 100 damage, or what it's usually used for, 200 damage to either a Genesect or a Virizion. So that gives you a little bit of edge in the mirror match. What it's also used for, and its main purpose in the deck, I would say, is to rebirth, put some energy onto your Ho-Oh, and then energy switch it onto whatever guys you want to attack with. Ho-Oh in general has been used in this type of deck before, where you run many different types of basic energy, or sorry, many different types of basic energy and many different types of Pokemon, and then use Ho-Oh as kind of the way to be consistent with your energy. This deck is not exactly like that because it's only really using 2 types of attackers with Grass and Fighting. And real quickly, the Terrakion is in here because it gives you a big edge versus Darkrai and Thundurus EX. If Retaliate is active, that is if your Pokemon has been knocked out the last turn, Retaliate will one-hit KO either of those Pokemon. And for 3 energy, you will always one-hit KO either of those Pokemon. It's also a non-EX and has proven pretty much since it's been printed to be one of the strong non-EX attackers. So Ho gives you a lot of versatility. It gives you energy acceleration, it gives you an edge in the mirror, it gives you an attack out of nowhere. You can really take advantage of Ho-Oh. Bouffalant is a pretty standard inclusion in this deck. It's a non-EX attacker, does 120 DXs, has essentially 120 HP with its ability, and really, since it's been printed, has been probably the strongest or the most used non-EX attacker in the game. Going through the rest of the list, we have an Energy Search, ideal for getting all of the energy you need out. 4 Energy Switch is one of the most important cards in the deck, combos with Ho-Oh, like I said. 2 Enhanced Hammer is a little bit of technology versus the Plasma decks. Our metagame in Oregon didn't see all that many Plasma. We mainly had Virizion, Genesect, and Blastoise, but if you do play a metagame that has lots of Plasma with DCEs or Prisms or Plasma Energy in general, it's very strong. Escape Rope and Switch. We need switch effects. Trakion has a big HP. You have a lot of conditional attackers. You definitely want to have ways to switch your bench around. One Tool Scrapper and 1 Super Rod, pretty standard. Tool Scrapper is a little bit of an edge versus the Garbodor decks, and Super Rod lets you get back all the Pokemon and all the different types of energy back into your deck. 4 Ultra Ball is 1 more than standard, mainly because Ultra Ball is so good with Ho-Oh. Not only are you powering out Ho-Oh to put him in the discard pile, which is exactly where you want him, but your Ultra Balls also are essentially free. The amount of times you can Ultra Ball a Ho-Oh and a Water, or a Ho-Oh and a Metal, or a Ho-Oh and a Fighting, or 2 Ho-Oh, you have not done anything. You have advanced your board state and you have gotten rid of cards that you want to get rid of. It's just a great card in the deck. Our draw supporters are 4 Juniper, 4 N, and 2 Colress. Pretty standard. Juniper and N are some of the best supporters in the game. Colress is especially nice here since we are going to have a lot of Pokemon on our bench typically. And then we have 3 Skyla and 2 Shadow Triad. Skyla is great as Ultra Balls get better and better. Enhanced hammers are needed. Energy switch, energy search is needed. All of these cards just get incredibly better. And Shadow Triad, of course, great to buy back your G booster if it gets tool scrappered or your Pokemon statue gets knocked out. Get back Colresses if you need them, and get back Plasma Energy. One thing to note about Plasma Energy is it does not count for Ho-Oh's effect. So it does not count for Rainbow Burn, and you cannot bring it back with Rebirth if you ever, if you want to take this deck for a spin. Just keep that in mind. And as I said before, we have 3 Fighting, 8 Grass, 1 Metal, and 1 Water. As I said, you need 4 different types of energy, and you can really play whatever types of energy you want for Ho-Oh, besides Grass and Fighting, of course. We played the Metal and the Water to bluff Cobalion EX and the Suicune with Safeguard. In the future, you might want to play different energies, or if you think your metagame is making something different, you can kind of convince your opponents that you're playing something or make them scared of certain Pokemon via what you're playing, or you can just play Fairy Energy because they look the best. As I said, Jacob won the regionals undefeated, only losing 1 actual game, no matches, and Travis took it to the St. Louis regionals and ended up somewhere in the top 16. We also gave the deck list to Michael Chin after the event, and he ended up winning an LC with it. So it's been our little secret. Not a lot of people have played it, but it has had great results when it has been played. I'm going to, in the next few weeks, play the deck on a battle tower with some XY updates once the XY codes come out, once we can get our hands on some and try some. So if you want to see that, let me know what kind of Pokemon you think would be good in the deck in the comments. Let me know what kind of updates you want to see, and let me know if you have any questions about the deck in general. We've been really happy with it. Shout out to Travis, one of the best deck designers in the game right now. And I hope you guys can take the list and give it a chance on here, try it out with some X and Y cards, and let me know what you think. I love you. Good night.